Hi, and welcome to Age Strong with Karen. So today we're going to do a little bit of balance work for the very beginner working on balance. So perhaps you've had a fall or your doctor has told you, hey, you really need to work on your balance. What does that even look like? Well, it starts with the brain, okay? So you have to understand, one, you're not guaranteed to have good balance. It's a skill set that we have to actively practice. And two, the brain is really involved. Your vision is a big part of your balance. Your hearing is a big part of your balance. Your muscle development, okay? So it's not just a matter of, oh my gosh, all of a sudden I lost my balance. It's probably happened very gradually. Some of us never had great balance, but it's definitely something that gets us very full of fear and self-doubt when we don't feel like we have good balance. But the good news is you can improve your balance. So I'm glad you're here today to start to work on it. First thing I want you to do is have something supportive in front of you, a chair or a wall. And definitely have supportive shoes on. I need your foot, your arch, your ankle to have really good support, all right? So lace up those shoes. All right, you've got your shoes on. You have a supportive chair in front of you, and open up your legs to a comfortable stance. So let's start at the feet. You really need to be mindful of where you're planting your feet. Do you tend to stand really close together? Well, that's going to be much harder than having a wider stance. Are you really wide, right? If you think about the toddlers when they first start walking, they have that little waddle, right? Because it's way safer to have those wide legs than these little bitty ones. But we don't want to look too awkward out in the world, so I encourage you to think more of an athletic stance, okay? About hip width apart, toes forward as best you can. Now, I know that some of you have knee issues, hip issues, back issues, problems with your feet that might have a toe turn out, okay, coming from your hip. If you have a bad knee, you don't like to put weight on it, right? So you're already working with kind of an iffy gait, okay? So those are all issues we can deal with later. Today we just want to work with the balance, so pull those toes in. Yay! Find your center. Good. And then you have your chair. I'm going to turn sideways so you can feel it. Now what I want you to do to start, very simple, keep holding onto the chair, is marching. And marching. It's a great way for you to assess your balance. Can you march in one spot? Meaning, do I march and I kind of start tipping over to one side? Okay. Do I march and all of a sudden I'm up into the chair? Think about gum on the bottom of your shoe, because that makes you slow down your march and you have a little bit of hang time. There's the balance. Because when you're walking, you're going to have one foot off the ground at some point. Otherwise, you're shuffling, and we don't want that. So march 4 more times. 4, long body, and 2, and 1. And then stand, find your athletic stance. Shoulders are over your hips, okay? So if you tend to be here, bring your body up. Bring it up. I need to retrain your brain where your posture belongs, convince those muscles to work for you so you don't feel tippy, okay? Yay! So there you are, upright, and you're strong. Your butt's a little tight, okay? You don't feel like you're going to fall backwards. Now let's ask ourselves, can you feel your big toe, your pinky toe, and a spot on the heel of your foot? Can your weight be even in the legs? If your toes are numb, you're going to have a hard time with that. If they're burning, if there's pain, if your shoes are way too cushiony, you're going to feel like you're on a cloud and you're not going to know where you are. So that could be a problem too. So I need you to feel the floor with those toes, okay? Because what's going to happen is if you go to your pinky toe and your big toe comes off the ground, you don't even know that you're falling over until it's too late. So let's work with the feet. Lift one heel and push your toes. Lift the other heel. How do those toes bend? Got to take care of your feet. I know it's a full-time job, but we're going to get there together. We're going to get your balance strong. We're going to activate your brain. You're going to learn proper alignment, and your muscles are going to be excited to hold you there. That's all it is. We got nothing but all the time to work on this. No, you don't have to do all day. All right, how are the toes? Now flex your foot. Flex your foot. Hold on to the chair, because when you pull that toe up, we have a tendency to stick the butt out. Flex, So ankle's really important. Signals from the toes, very important, that you might not even have thought of. Good. All right, roll to the ball of the foot. Roll to the heel. So I'm rolling up to the ball of the foot, a calf raise, long knees, holding onto my chair for support. Drop the heels. Now feel your body go to the heel of the shoe. Curl your toes up, flex them, but try not to stick the butt out. And again, rolling up. So now I have strength in your arch, working on your ankle flexion, seeing if I can get those toes off the ground. Good. For a strong walk and good balance. One more. All right, you're going to march. 8, 7, as if there's gum on the bottom of the shoe. 4, try to go unsupported. 3, and 2, and 1. Find that athletic stance. Check your posture and hold it here for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Then you can collapse down. Good work. All right, we're going to pick one foot up off the floor and see how you do with that. You have your chair for support. Okay. Now, when we're training balance, just being able to stand in the middle of the room on one leg is great, and we'll talk about why I like that, but then we also need to start activating your brain, because unfortunately, that's not how we fall. We typically fall coming into a step, or we stumble forward, or our balance feels tippy where we have to touch things all the time. So it's a great indicator of your strength and your hips. So I'm going to put one hand on my chair so you can see, but you're more than welcome to keep both. Okay? Pick a leg. It doesn't matter to me which one. And you're going to pick it up off the floor, and you're going to hold it for 4, 3, 2, 1. Put it down. Breathe. All right, other leg. Ready? Strong hip. Your posture's up, strong standing leg, and hold the foot off the floor. 3, 2, 1, and release. What I want to know is, can you keep the foot off the floor, because that's strengthen the leg. Okay, you're holding the chair, which is fine. Okay, the hips, are they level? Did you have to go here? Okay, if you did, we got to work your posture. Lift your hip. Nice. All right, adding on to that, you're going to keep the foot off the floor, and we're going to practice lightening the grip. You don't have to go full McGill, right? You don't have to take everything off, but I want you to lighten your grip like you're playing the piano, okay? So pick up one leg, okay? One foot is up. Now, eyes are up. Don't look down at the ground. That's going to bother your back. Think about a light grip, okay? Can you keep 1 or 2 fingers on the chair? Don't grip those knuckles, right? And hold it. Now you feel that swaying, don't you? Okay, squeeze your butt, squeeze your leg, and put it down, right? So when you lighten your grip, your feet, your standing leg is going to start to sway a little, right? Sometimes it feels like there's just a wave, like if you were standing at the lake and a little ripple of water kind of came over you and tried to push you over, but there isn't any actual water. But it feels like that, right? Change legs, light grip. Let's see how you feel on the other side. So you have your foot off the ground. Doesn't have to be high, right? Now, think about your grip. Loosen it, okay? Get that thumb up on top of the chair so you're not hooking it, okay? Now, light. Can you do 1 or 2 fingertips? How is that feeling in your ankle, in your knee, in your standing hip? Good work, good work. Put the foot down and breathe. Some of you are able to take your hands off for a second or two. That's great. But I want you to get the signal to the brain and ask yourself, what's happening? Where am I weak? Am I weak in my core, where I can't keep my center up? Or am I weak in my hip? Does my hip keep feeling like it's going to give out? Right? All those things are going to be signals to the brain that we can develop strength in. Nice. So our goal when we're working on very beginner balance is starting at a counter or a chair supported. You're standing, and that's the perfect alignment. You really want to practice that muscle development, and then you're going to march. Let's do it again. We march 8 and 7. Can you take one hand off? Can you take both hands off? And 2 and 1, and stand unsupported in the middle of the room. How do you feel? Do you need that chair? And then you rest. So that's a really good starting point. Can you stand in the middle of the room unsupported with really nice posture? Yeah. Or do you have to lean on something? Does your back hurt all the time? Does your knee ache? I get it. Okay, those are all valid points that make people not want to stand up in the middle of the room and talk for a long period of time. But we're training. You're in training. Yes, it's time to kind of put that, that hat on, like, okay, I can do this. All right, so we did your marches. We stood, and now we're going to balance. So pick up one leg, both hands on the chair. How are you? Can you lighten your grip? Once you lighten it, can you wiggle those fingers like you're going to play the piano? Now, what's happening in your supporting side? Are you tipping? You have the chair. You can always put your foot down. Hold it up there, and then put it down. Good, right? I need that foot to go down if you're going to fall over. I need speed. I need reaction. I need timing. So if you do feel like you're going to tip, the chair is just a chair, okay? Unless you have a really nice bar in the house or like a kitchen sink or something that you can hang off of. But in the middle of the room, I don't want you to grab that. I'd want you to put your foot down. Ta-da! All right, change legs. I'm gonna switch my chair. All right, you're switching legs. You're gonna practice a single leg balance with a light grip. Pulled up posture. Keep it there. Now you're developing strength in your standing leg. You're developing a new pathway to your brain not to panic. You've got this. And then put the foot down. Yay! Good work. How'd you feel on one leg today? Not too bad. All right, let's stretch that calf a little bit. Drop that heel back because that muscle can get tight. I want to stretch right back there. Good. I want to remind you, balance will get better, okay? But we have to put the work in, and you have to remember you're in training. Training for a healthy mind and a strong body. You're not just going to wake up one day, do that stretch again, and have perfect balance. There's going to be good days and there's going to be bad days. The good news is we've created those muscles and developed that mind-muscle connection to where even though it feels like you have to start over on some days, you'll get the results quicker, okay? But I'm going to encourage you, very beginner balance work, marching in place, either supported or unsupported, feeling that gooey gum on the bottom of your shoe, feel your strength, and then pause and see how you do. Do you sway, right? Do you need to hold on to something? And then the single leg balance. About, I would say 10 seconds, work up to that, and you're working on a light grip, not killing the counter or the chair, okay, on each leg. And that's going to be a great way for you to start your balance training. A little bit each day, you'll start incorporating it effortlessly into your day, okay? So I would suggest maybe 1 or 2 times a day. Be mindful of how you feel moving through space during the day, and keep up the good work. I'm proud of you for checking out this video today and really starting your training in balance and your mind. Thank you again. Have a great day.